friends, I'm Erin, and this is Erin Go Live. That's right, it's official. It's Erin Go Live, no longer Erin Go Read. I will still be reading, don't worry. But yeah, I think that Erin Go Live just kind of more accurately reflects what I've been showing already and just kind of what my personal mission in life right now is really to live and live as a verb, right? Like that epiphany that I had. Every great day is a great day for a great day all day. And that's kind of what I want to show and represent. So it will still be largely vlog content, but I think that there will be individual videos that are maybe going to be specific to whether it's health, fitness, nutrition, or specifically books, just all of those things. Travel, right? I have in a few weeks, I'm going to the Phoenix area, Scottsdale, Arizona for Giant Spring Training. I'm going to be doing some hiking there. There's this amazing hike that I know of called Camelback. There's a mountain called Camelback, and there's two different routes, like a longer, less steep, and then a shorter, steeper version of it. The hikes are like only like 1.5 miles long or something like that, but it's really, really steep. And so, I just whistled that. It's one of those things I've known about for a long time, and just the times that I've been there, I haven't been able to, actually, you know what? I've only been to Arizona once as an adult, and it didn't work out. I climbed a mountain, like not a mountain, the letter A mountain by ASU, but that's really short. So anyhow, like my plane literally gets there at like 7:10 a.m. and the baseball game isn't until 1:10 p.m. And so I have like the whole entire morning. And so first thing I'm going to do is going to go take one of those routes. And then depending on how my calves really survive, I'll probably do the other route later in the week. I don't know what I'm telling you about that right now. What I want to tell you about right now is I'm going to start Middlemarch. I tried and failed listening to it on audiobook. I got like 12 chapters in and I just realized like nothing is sticking. I think literally like we changed like people that we were talking about, and I didn't realize it. I'm like, then all of a sudden I was like, who the hell, who's Mary? Who are these people? So anyhow, gonna do this. It is a work morning for me. Like, I work at the gym on Saturday morning. So, what time is it? It's 8:02 right now. I have a client at 9, a group at 10, and a client at 11. So I'll be done at 12. I'm not going to be doing my own workout right now because I have an oblique injury and I need to just rest it and let it actually heal and stop trying to do stuff and re-aggravating it, just extending the injury longer than it needs to be. So yeah, come along with me for the weekend. This will be a weekend lifestyle vlog, we shall call it. So we'll see what I get into. Probably not very much physical going on. Like I said, I need to rest the oblique and let that heal. And it's raining, so I don't even know if I'll go. I would love to go for a nice long walk today. That would be really nice. Maybe listen to an audiobook, which I'm not currently listening to an audiobook, so I need to get a new audiobook. And yeah, hopefully I can get something in when it's not raining. It's 5:30 in the evening on Saturday now. I just made myself a cup of decaf. I was really contemplating, I really want a beer. I kind of may have a rule of not having beer in my house. I can have it whenever I want to, but I need to go out in order to get it. So it just kind of adds that little layer of friction, because if it's in my house, I'm going to drink it all the time. So different kind of brew for a nice rainy day. Sounds good. So I actually just got back a little while ago from having a late lunch with my friend Suzanne. Long time good friend. Actually haven't seen each other in quite a while, so it was really nice to catch up over some delicious food. We went to Jack's Urban Eats. Don't know if you have Jack's where you are, but I had a delicious salad and some sweet potato fries. And now I'm doing sprints with Krista at Books and Jams. And I was thinking, so I have Middlemarch here, which I read a chapter of this morning. But I haven't read anything for Black History Month, and I normally like really go all in on Black History Month. And I recently picked up Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I haven't read anything by her, and I know she's very well loved, and so I thought I would pick this up. Really short synopsis here on the back, so I'll just read it. When legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots Enchanted Jones at an audition, her dreams of being a famous singer take flight, until Enchanted wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night. Ooh, who killed Corey Fields? Interesting. And it's a gorgeous cover as well. So it's a 30-minute sprint, and we've got about 26 minutes left of it. And so I'm going to get to reading. I'll read this for this first sprint, and then I think we'll get into middle of March next. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's about 7:30 a.m. Welcome to my bedroom because, man, freaking insomnia really sucks. Especially sucks when you do all the things that you're supposed to do to have a good night's sleep. You got the dark room, you got the cold, you got the, no screens right before bed. Like, I do all the things and I still have insomnia. Most of the time, my dog's licking himself and it's distracting me. Hey, stop it. That's obnoxious. It's not a good noise. Okay. Anyway, most of the time, it's not a trouble falling asleep, but that does happen sometimes. It's mostly I fall asleep fine, and then I'm awake for hours in the middle of the night. So I think I woke up around like 12:30 last night, and I don't know. I saw the clock or in the 3 o'clock hour at some point. Not sure exactly when I fell asleep, but I did get some reading of Middle March done in the middle of the night. Super frustrating because I was reading and I was like, perfect, I'll read, like, it's non-screens, it's not super stimulating, that's like, the thing to do when you can't sleep. And so I was reading and I'm just like, falling asleep. And then as soon as I like close the book, take my glasses off, I'm wide awake again. So that was frustrating. So I ended up watching bouldering competition on YouTube, which can kind of eventually lulled me into a sleep. But anyway, what I thought I would do today is, as this is Erin Go Live now, right? We have reading content, but we also have lifestyle, nutrition, fitness, that kind of stuff. I need to go grocery shopping today, and so I thought I would show you. I'm not gonna bring you along to the grocery store probably. That's, I don't know, awkward. But show you kind of like a regular weekly grocery haul for myself. So typically I get my meat, like my main meat for the week, or not for the week, like I'll stock up on meat at Sam's Club. And so I already did that a couple weeks ago, last week before the camping trip. So I have plenty of meat, and I've pulled some out of the freezer recently, so I'll probably end up cooking some of that later on today. I got some ground beef and some chicken that I'll cook up, so it'll be ready for the week. I'll make some rice, but I'm out of like fresh produce. My dairy is running low, so I'll go and basically pick up my staples and just kind of show you what that is, and maybe talk about kind of some of my plans for how I'm going to use that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to do that right now though. I'm just going to continue to veg out on a Sunday morning, and yeah, coming up is a grocery haul. Stay tuned. It's official. I just changed my channel from Erin Go Read to Erin Go Live. So if you go to my channel, you'll see that, a new banner and everything. I just took a picture. I just used a picture from my last camping trip. It was like a portrait, style picture. I'll probably change that eventually. I have like nice headshots that I could use, but the file size is too big, and I just didn't want to bother with having to like convert it or whatever. I was like, I'll just find a nice recent picture. Hair's doing a fun thing there, huh? Little cowlick bedhead action still happening there. Whatever. Yeah, it's official. Erin Go Live. Let's go. So since I just completely rebranded my channel and like a new name and everything, I just had to re-record my middle grade March recommendation for Krista at Books and Jams. So I'm going to edit that real quick. It's only like a 1.5-minute long clip. And then after that, I will head to the grocery store. Also, I just took a shower and fixed the bed head, and feeling fresh. I'm still wearing sweats, but they're fresh, clean sweats. A couple tips when you go to the store. Number 1, park in the back. It may not seem like a lot, but the steps add up, especially when you make a habit of it. The other thing is return your cart. You get more steps in, and you're doing the right thing. So instead of looking for the closest spot, look for a spot next to the cart corral. You've probably heard this before, but shop the perimeter. Think about foods that are ingredients rather than foods that contain ingredients. Next tip, just say no to Girl Scout cookies. They're cute, but they're selling cookies. It's okay. All right, grocery haul time. My dog's barking in the backyard. All right, grocery haul time. So these are some of the staple items, basically, that I would pick up on a weekly to kind of bi-weekly basis. So we start off with some veggies. So I've got some green beans. Usually I'll steam these for a couple minutes and then in the microwave, and then throw them in the air fryer just to get a little bit crispy and seasoned up.
not bell peppers, Brussels sprouts. I'll probably chop those in half, season those, and roast those today. And then all I have to do is, best way to do it is to throw them in the air fryer for like a minute, or throw them in a pan to saute them, get them nice and crispy again. Broccoli, I usually just steam the broccoli, although sometimes I will roast it. I use Truvia, stevia, 0-calorie sweetener to sweeten my coffee. I also have a protein pancake recipe that uses some stevia to sweeten it. Got some salsa. It's a veggie. Throw that into some like burrito bowl kind of thing, or some tacos. A couple avocados, healthy fat. Got some colorful little tomatoes, probably do for some salad or maybe some fresh pasta. I got, whoa, almost dropped it. I got some fat-free cottage cheese. That's another staple ingredient for that protein pancake recipe. And also sometimes I'll eat it just with some like sliced peaches or pineapple or diced pears is what I've been doing lately. Got some reduced fat or low moisture part skim mozzarella. Some shredded chicken, like pre-made shredded chicken. So I don't normally buy like the pre-made chicken type stuff or beef or whatever, but when they are on sale, I will pick it up because it's an easy, quick way to have some food without having to have prepared it ahead of time. Some pesto. If you buy pre-prepared pesto, Buitoni is the brand that you want. I watched, let's see, there we go. America's Test Kitchen, Buitoni, taste tested. That's the one. I should pick up some new little Rubbermaid container thingies. I'll be primarily using this for my overnight oats. I used some of those to make overnight oats on my camping trip, and all the lids busted from like the ice and like being packed down, and they got like brittle and the lids all cracked. So then I got a big giant thing of superfood blend. So this is baby chard, baby spinach, and baby kale. So also I take that up, and I'll also put it into like protein drinks, smoothies. And what I'll actually do is I'll probably take half of that and put it into a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer, because it's only me eating it. And if I don't do that, likely half of that is gonna go bad. And so all the stuff that goes in the freezer bag, I'll use that for the stuff that's gonna go into the smoothies. And I'll save the fresh stuff for either sauteing or making a salad out of. And I got a couple cauliflower rice options. So this one is the cilantro lime blend, and this one is the Asian stir fry blend. So this is just a nice way of kind of stretching the volume of your food, where you're gonna have like some sort of rice bowl. So that'll be like a burrito bowl or a stir fry, and then I can just add volume to that with hardly adding any calories, and I'm adding another source of vegetables. Which is going to be important because I'm going to be doing a fat loss phase here soon, and so I'm going to be cutting calories, and so having less rice, less regular like basmati rice, and more of the cauliflower rice will help me to have the same amount of volume for fewer calories plus more veggies. Got some frozen peas, nice high protein veggies, the legume. Almost done. I really love this Bolthouse Farms brand of salad dressings. So this is the balsamic vinegar. My milk alternative of choice is oat milk. I will either get the Planet Oat unsweetened or the Silk zero sugar, original zero sugar. I just buy whichever one is on sale, whichever one is cheapest or whichever is on sale, and this was the winner today. And then finally, got myself a Halo Top, so 330 calorie treat. This one is the peanut butter cup. It was on sale, and it's now creamier with the same great taste. So cool. So I will work that in probably a bit today or tomorrow into my calories. And it's a good protein, where are you? 18 grams of protein for the whole container and only 330 calories. So it's a nice way to kind of get in your protein, but also have a treat while keeping calories low. So that's my grocery haul. I'm gonna put this stuff away and do a little bit of food prep. And I'm gonna do a little bit of food prep, get some rice made, chop up those Brussels sprouts, and help get myself prepped for the week. There was a million people at the climbing gym, probably like 6 times as many people as I've ever seen here before. So I didn't film anything inside, but I did some really good climbing. I didn't hurt my obliques, so that was really good. I climbed a 510, which is like kind of a big deal for someone who's been climbing for 2 weeks. Right behind me, here's the outdoor boulder. I haven't tried this guy out yet. It's raining right now, so obviously can't climb it in the rain. Maybe that's not obvious. Shouldn't boulder in the rain. Anyway, it was a really, really great session. And time to go home and get ready for the week. So I've been thinking on my way home about the social aspect of fitness. And it can vary from like rock climbing and the rock climbing community I've all of a sudden fallen into. This friend that started off with literally volunteering at TEDx Folsom together. Now we're in a book club together and we're rock climbing at least once a week together. Camping together, right, after knowing each other for hardly any time. But this isn't the first time that I've established good, close friendships since through fitness. And it started off with Pilates, and I can't remember if I mentioned I had lunch with a friend yesterday. And this was the friend that she was my Pilates instructor. We've been friends since I think 2009 or 2010. I started taking her Pilates class, and then we started cycling together. That turned into running, and she got me into triathlons, and you know, my first half marathon, my first full, she ran my first full marathon with me, the San Francisco Marathon. We ran my last marathon together. Her husband and I ran the Marine Corps Marathon in 2019 together. And it doesn't have to be like these big giant things. It could literally be like a walk with a friend, and having that social aspect, like the social time with some sort of physical activity is huge. And I think there's even like a barrier that kind of comes down when you're physically active. You open up more and you get into deeper conversations, and it enables you, it's therapeutic. And I mean, we had so many, 4, 5, 6, 7 hour bike rides that, we figured a lot of things out, worked a lot of things out together. So I would encourage you, if you're trying to add some sort of physical fitness, some sort of regular movement in your life, find something that's fun, something that you like to do. Like try taking a class, a Zumba class, a salsa class. Like if you like dance type things, join a walking club or like a local hiking meetup. It could be try rock climbing, try your local rock climbing place and gym, and try, sign up for a class, or just maybe set up a morning or an evening walk, or a lunchtime walk with some coworkers. If you can pair something fun, something like that you're gonna enjoy to do, and a social component to it, it makes it not even feel like exercise. It makes it feel like play, and it can be challenging. And I was super challenged today. I was failing and failing and failing, but I was being encouraged, and I was having fun, and I was working my tail off. And I've just passed two ladies who are running together in the rain. They got big old smiles on their faces, and they're being social while they're being active. So yeah, I would encourage you, go find something fun, take a friend, or go make some new friends while you do some sort of physical activity. So I'd love to know in the comments, is there anything that you do physical like that you do socially, that you do for fun, for therapy, with a friend? Tell me about it. Maybe you'll give me some ideas. Alright guys, heading out to my car after tacos and a beer, well earned after like 2 hours of climbing at the gym. Killer music inside the bar. It's a bar restaurant. It's called Dad's Kitchen. Oh, here's my car. Killer music. Al Green, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Amy Winehouse. It was just like banger after banger, but it made me think, particularly the Ray Charles. Whoops. The Ray Charles made me think about, what was the first like celebrity death that you remember? So for me, what made me think of this was Ray Charles. I know exactly where I was when I found out that he died. I was pulling into the parking lot at the gym on Camp Pendleton, the Camp Pendleton headquarters main big gym. Pulling into the parking lot, heard it, and they played his rendition of America the Beautiful, which is the best rendition of America the Beautiful that has ever been recorded. But it made me think, what was the first celebrity death that you remember in your lifetime? For me, it was Princess Diana. It affected my mom terribly. I remember, I'm not sure how old I was when she died. I want to say between like 12 and 14, somewhere in that range. And I remember seeing it on the news. I went and broke the news to my mom, and it hit her really, really hard. She was a huge, fan of Princess Diana. She watched the wedding, all that live, was up at early in the morning, whatever time it was in the States. And she literally built like a shrine to Princess Diana. We had like commemorative plates and all of the specialty, the special edition magazines, the Life magazine and People and like whatever, all of these things. So Princess Diana was the first major celebrity death of my lifetime. The ones, big ones that stand out for me, of course, are Ray Charles, like I mentioned, Michael Jackson, Betty White most recently, right? But what was the first major celebrity death that you remember in your lifetime? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to interrupt myself real quick. I'm about to change the sheets on my bed, so I'm in my bedroom. But I just had this conversation with my mom about the first celebrity that, celebrities dying. And I knew for her that the first celebrity she remembered dying was JFK. She was like 3 or 4 years old when it happened. She particularly remembers it because it affected her mom so profoundly, and her grandma as well. But the striking thing about the conversation was she remembers when RFK died as well. She was closer to 9 or 10 when RFK died. But Martin Luther King died in the same year as RFK, and she has no recollection of Martin Luther King dying. Just like what was going on in the news, in the world, that a 10-year-old could not be aware that Martin Luther King died. And I think it's just, as we're in the mid of Black History Month, I think it's just a profound statement as to where we were in the late 60s, that a 10-year-old could not be aware that Martin Luther King, the leader of the civil rights movement, died. So yeah, that's my little interrupting myself for that moment of non-zen. Thank you for watching. Remember, every day is a great day for a great day, all day.